Hey everybody, it is your Sam and I'm here with a video. Imagine that. It's been a while. I know. I have promised to kind of make another overview of streaming services. This is going to be short and sweet because I'm not entirely sure that this is going to allow me to do everything that I want to do, but we're going to try. I was only able to show you screenshots of different things, but I think I figured out a way to where I can kind of walk you through everything. So we're going to go through Restream, OneStream, EveMux, and a little bit on Streamlabs. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so here we have what pops up whenever you sign into Restream. It is kind of a dashboard. It's a little bit different than Streamyard. For those of us who are familiar with Streamyard, I think most authortubers use Streamyard. You have a live with Restream. It's kind of like a setup kind of thing. And then you can go live from your browser. Since I've used this before, it has kind of like a draft here. You probably won't see this right here. Over here, you have your main menu. You have the home screen, which is where we are. You have past streams, video storage, channels, and analytics. You want to go to channels in order to set up where you're going to be streaming. Right now they do Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. You can add a few more like LinkedIn and stuff like that. I'm not going to walk you through that because that's more of a technical thing. And there are tutorials on that in specifics. Video storage is if you've had any recordings or if you have uploaded a video to Restream in order to like play it during your live streams or something like that. You do have some storage and we'll get into that later. Here is the link to your past streams, and of course all the way down here at the bottom is your analytics. Since I haven't been using Restream, but you can see the last session, all sessions, your streams, average duration, stream time, chats and chatters, all that good stuff right here. So we'll go back to home. And like I said before, it takes a little while to load. Doing a new stream, it pops up this. So you have Restream Studio. You have a encoder, which is RTMP. You can go live from OBS or Zoom or some other platform other than Restream if you use this. A lot of more technical people know more about this than I do, but a lot of people also use OBS, and this is what they would use. You can play a video or a playlist, and you can record audio and video without going live. So Restream Studio, putting everything together. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to allow me to do this, but we will see. Accessing your camera. Let's see if it'll let me skip. So enter studio without camera. As you can see, we're going to get rid of that permissions denied because of course it was denied. This is the studio without any kind of setup or design or anything like that. This is what you're kind of given as your main thing. You also have like a demo setup where you can add a media source or something like that, kind of like what I'm doing here on Streamlabs. You have different ways to set up your thing down here, just like you do in Streamlabs. You can go mobile if you want to orient your things like that. We'll go back to regular. And you do have a private chat like you do in Streamlabs if you have co-hosts up here. Down here you have your mic set up, your camera set up, your share screen, invite guests, and more, which is presentations, video storage, screen share, shared image, extra camera, and there's a little bit more, the local video and RTMP source. And then of course you have your settings right here. Up here you have record. If you want to record while you're going live, you can. You have the channels set up right here too if you didn't manage to do that beforehand, and you have a schedule. So you can actually schedule out events. That way it pops up on YouTube and people can hit that little notification bell if they want to. And it's a lot like StreamYard as well. You have your title, you have a description, you have the date, the time, and you have a thumbnail that you can upload. Here is design. With the free version, you are limited to like specific colors kind of thing. You do have the Restream thing right here. You have to upgrade if you want to get rid of that logo. You have a couple of overlays pre-made. You can add your own whenever you upgrade. You have video clips here that you can play, kind of like my intro, or outro, but you have to upgrade. And then of course you have some pre-made backgrounds that if you want to use, you can. And then if you want to upload your own, you have to upgrade. Captions are a lot like Streamyard's banners and tickers and stuff like that. You have the same thing right here. If you want to add, you don't have to upgrade for that. You can also add the tickers that go across the bottom of the screen too. You can do QR codes, which is something that I don't have much to do with, but if you want to show a QR code up on your screen so that people can donate to you or go to your website or something like that, you can do that with Restream, and you don't have to upgrade in order to share that. Music, they do have some AI generated music that you can play during your live stream if you want to. If you want to do custom music, they do warn you about copyright strikes, and you can upload your own music if you want. Then you have notes. So if you're doing like presentation or something like that and you want to have notes up there on screen with you, here's the spot for that. And I kind of like that about Restream because not very many other streaming services do that. And then of course you have your live chat, and you can let it overlay here on screen, which I think is really neat because you can automatically do that. That's a really quick down and dirty overview of Restream. Here are the pricing plans. And of course you have a chat in any situation that you want to use. Restream is browser based, just like most services, streaming services, I should say. Free, you can multi-stream on 2 channels. You have local recordings coming soon. And you, for the $16 a month standard, billed as $190 per year. You can multi-stream on an extra channel, which makes it 3. There's no watermark, unlimited cloud recordings, and all the other little features that I kind of showed you. You know, you have to do your own logo and stuff like that. You have to pay for at least the standard plan in order to get that. But here are a couple of little statistics, I guess, or little things that you need to know. You have 4K 2160p on all of them. If you're rich enough to go beyond the standard plan, here you go. More power to you. But I'm just going to go over the standard plan versus the free plan here. 2 channels versus 3 channels. You do have encoder integrations, 4K to 2160p. You have cross-platform chat on both. You have live health monitor, which is, you know, when it shows up that, you know, your internet's slowing down or your audio kind of kicked out or something like that. You have your stream analytics on both. You have encrypted RTMPS on both. Now on standard, you do have cloud recordings. You have recording length, which is 6 hours recorded or 6 hours per stream. You can stream for 6 hours at a time when you do standard. It doesn't say how much you can record on the free. Recording storage doesn't say on the free, but there's 15 days worth in the standard. So it gives you a little time to download everything if you want to play around with it and edit and all that good stuff. Custom destinations in the standard and paired channels in the standard. There's all these other things in the rich people versions. But here's what you can do with the studio as well. If you do free, you have 6, which is awesome. That's more than most. 10 if you do the standard, which is kind of like Streamyard's paid version. Video quality is HD 7020p. Customizable scenes, overlays and backgrounds, QR codes, scrolling ticker, extra camera. You can do 3 genres of AI background music in the free, 22 in the standard, and you have custom background music in both. In the standard, the one that you can pay for, you can get rid of that watermark and you can have cloud recordings. Here's what might make you go on some of those. Custom layouts is for the pro version. That's $39 a month. Co-producers, if you have people that like use your account to stream to your channel or their own channel or both, that is for pros as well and further up. So that's something else to think about as well. Pre-recorded live streaming, you can do that across the board. Event duration is 15 minutes for the free, 30 minutes for the standard. You can do 1 video in the free, 5 videos in the standard. Video file size is 250 megs. in the free, or you can go up to 500 megs in the standard. You only have one team member for both, and that's about it. That's Restream. Free forever, or $16 a month, and you get your Streamyard back, so to speak. Let's jump over to OneStream. OneStream, again, is a lot like Streamyard in the studio. But this is the screen that you open up, and you get all this right here. It's kind of like tutorials. It walks you through everything, and it is very, very helpful, especially if you're like me and you have no idea what you're doing. Over here is your main menu. Of course, everything is over to the left in here. You have your schedules. You can create a stream schedule if you want. You have your videos if you have any saved. You have a unified chat. So wherever you stream to is all in one chat, which it should be on all of these streaming services. You have your social media platforms or your platforms that you stream to. You can add it all here. You have hosted live pages, and you have embedded links, and you have members on your team. And then you have an expanded sidebar here, which just shows you everything kind of spelled out. Now then, you have the free plan. You can upgrade to subscription up here. You have uploads, you have a schedule, you have notifications, and you can change your theme right here. And of course, there's your icon. You can invite co-host right here. Then we'll go to create stream. How would you like to stream? Studio, where you go live. You can connect the RNTMP if you want to do OBS or Zoom or something like that. And you can do pre-recorded. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the studio. You have your title, description, tags right off the bat here. You go to next. Choose your social media platforms. Choose hosted live pages, embed stream, thumbnail. You can select a thumbnail if you want to, and then enter studio. OneStream is not going to allow me to show you the studio without camera access, which I can't do because I'm also recording. But just know that is a lot like Streamlabs and Restream. Here is the pricing for OneStream. Free forever. You have 2 destinations like YouTube and Twitch. You can stream in 720p. You have 1 team seat. You have 1 gig of storage. You have 3 scheduled events that you can schedule out. Notification buttons are awesome. You can connect to OBS, vMix, all that good stuff. You have 1 hour per session of the live studio and recording. You can have up to 4 guests in one stream on the free version. And you can do pre-recorded streaming for 15 minutes. Basic is $12 a month. It is billed annually though, just like most of these. And then you also have the standard. It's a little bit better. You have more storage. You have more team seats. You have more time, and you also can embed a player. Standard is what they want you to do. It's $30 a month, also billed annually for y'all rich people out there. But yeah, it's a bit much. But for those of you that stream on Twitch and you stream for like 5-6 hours at a time, this version is what you need to go for. Because yeah, pre-recorded streaming is 3 hours per session. That's OneStream to me was a little bit clunky whenever I was playing around with it. Restream was a little bit better. Let's head over to EveMux now. This is what you enter into whenever you sign in. Of course, you have the upgrade now. Here's your main menu. You have dashboard, destinations, studios, speakers, collaborators, and then of course your settings. It shows you your storage down here. You can run a test on your dashboard. You can change from light to dark. I am a vampire, so I like dark. And you can create a live stream here. This right here is a test studio, which they automatically give you so you can play around in it. I'm pretty sure I cannot go into the studio because of the camera thing, but we'll see. Yeah, it's not going to. So all of these, you have to have camera access. For those of you who stream and you don't show your face, don't worry, you can set an avatar. Here are the plans for EveMux. So free, You have a scene builder that you can use, and that's where a lot like in Streamlabs, if y'all have been using that, or OBS, you can set different things that you can click on and it shows up on screen. So like you have your intro, your outro, your pause, your break, or something like that. Or if you're switching from like gaming to this right here where you're talking, you can set up scenes like that. 3 gigs of storage. This right here is what kind of made me want to look more into this. You can have up to 12 co-hosts instead of just 10 or 4 or 6 on the free version. You do have a backstage mode where you can record backstage if you want to. If you don't want to go live, like if you want to set up a meeting and you don't necessarily want to do Zoom, then you can do that. You have push to talk, full HD, multi-stream, 2 destinations in the free version. You have lower thirds, banners, tickers, integrated chats, highlighted comments, and virtual background, screen sharing, stream limits. But you do have a watermark for $19 a month, or billed annually where you actually save $72. You get everything in free. You can get rid of the logo. You can have still 12 on-screen participants, so that doesn't change, but hey, you have a full pro scene builder. So I think it's 4 here. They'll be watermarked. So this one is not watermarked, and you can customize the scenes, drag and drop and all that good stuff. You can do your own logo, backgrounds, and overlays in the $19 a month basic plan. You can have a slideshow. A lot of people use that for the AWC whenever they're doing presentations and stuff like that. Sometimes during streams too, like this, when we're explaining stuff. Of course, y'all know that. You don't need me to explain. Pre-recorded streams, you can do up to 2 hours. You have unlimited streams in the basic. You can multi-stream to 4 destinations instead of just 2. You do have a custom RTMP. You can record your content and you can do 20 gigs of storage. And you have 2 collaborator seats or co-host, and you have transcription. Then there is a $39 a month pro plan. I'm not going to go over that. Next is Streamlabs. So Streamlabs is what I'm using right now. I'll try to go back over to the screen right after this. I want to just show you this right now since I'm on this window. You have the free always version of Streamlabs. You have access to free overlays and themes, which is really, really good when you're starting out and you haven't ever used OBS before or Streamlabs. You haven't really played around with Twitch whenever they did their, hey, you can use the actual Twitch to do your live streams instead of going through something else. They don't do that anymore. You have alerts and widgets, Streamlabs desktop, Streamlabs mobile. You do not have a console, which lets you hook up to Xbox, I do believe, for those gamers of us. And then you are not allowed to multi-stream in the free version. You have dual output, which I don't know why authortubers or booktubers would do that, but seamless creator workflow. You can add a guest one on the collab cam. So there can be 2 of you up there. That's it. You have a few free apps that you can use during your streams, especially on Streamlabs desktop. There is no fee tipping. So you can set up your Streamlabs in order to gain some tips from your chatters if you want to, or if they want to. You have 1 gig of storage. You have the basic cloud bot, have a standard all-stars tier, and you can design and sell branded merch. I haven't tried this yet. I really want to, but we'll see. You have 30-minute videos and 15 gigs of storage if you want to use the cross clip, which allows you to clip whatever videos or streams that you have saved in Streamlabs and then format them for like TikTok or shorts or something like that. You also have the video editor. You can create custom videos, but they have a watermark. It does allow some editing, but it doesn't allow as much as DaVinci, because let's face it, DaVinci is the guru of video editing, and I highly recommend it because DaVinci is free. You have a podcast editor, which is text-based editing. You can do a 1-hour upload, but it has a watermark on the free version. And you have Talk Studio, which is what I'm using right now, which is the most like Streamyard. And you can stream and record up to 4 hours with a watermark in the free version. You don't have any of the watermarks in the Ultra version, and it is $19 a month or $149 a year. You save $79 if you go ahead and do the year, if you're able to. I highly recommend it. You are allowed 11 guests or co-hosts. You can multi-stream to 3 or more destinations. I do 3 right now. I do YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, but you can add Instagram and TikTok, I do believe. You have access to the full library of apps, and you have access to the full library of themes, which is really, really neat because you can find something that fits you, especially if you're using the desktop version, not necessarily the Talk Studio. You have 10 gigs of storage. You have a custom named Cloud Bot. You have bonus points for the whole All Stars tier thing. If you design and sell your merch, you have the highest profit margins if you sign up for Ultra. These right here with the Pro. Go over here and I will share my screen. So this right here is your studio. Right here over on the left, you have what you can show and hide on stream. So if I want to hide my screen share, I'll just click that button. Simple as that. You have the different layouts here if you want to do this or this or this or this or this. It kind of drives you insane if you allow it. This is kind of weird, but I kind of like this. This will allow you to really clip things for TikTok and YouTube Shorts if you want to do this kind of setup. You also have your mic down here on the bottom. You have your video where you can mirror your video if you want to and do all your input stuff right here. You can add a cam, like whenever I share Kona laying back here and y'all hear her snoring really, really loud. That's where I can do that. This is the share screen, of course, where you can do slideshows, share your screen, share a window like we did before whenever I was going through Restream and OneStream and all that good stuff, and videos and stuff like that. You even have like a little reaction button here. It's kind of neat. I don't know if I would ever use it. Because I'm recording, I have the big red stop recording sign here, which I don't really want to use. Now then, over here is your main thing, a lot like Streamlabs. You have your account button right here. You can have your chat where you can see your chat, and it is from your multi-stream. You can see everything from Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, or wherever it is that you're streaming. You have a scheduler as well. By the way, friendly reminder, go back and watch the Capture the Empress launch day, which is during this recording, it's today, but December 13th, Friday, December 13th at 1 p.m. And then make sure to bookmark Breaking the Block on Sunday at 10 a.m. Shameless plug, I know. Here you can do your design. So if you want like a logo to show, you can do that. I have my 2 logos right here. If you want to go ahead and give Streamlabs some love, then you can do this. You can upload your own personal background, which you can see kind of behind the screens and stuff like that here. And you can upload your own. Now this is I am on Ultra, so I am paying for this. And you do have an overlay. I uploaded this one, which you see in a lot of my videos, the whole like, subscribe, and ring and that bell kind of thing. But they do have like little Christmas ones as well. 'Tis the season. If, again, you want to show Streamlabs some love, they do have this. But they have a good many things that you can do. If you want it to go off, just click on it again. If you want to change, just do that. Same with the background. If you want it to go away, just click off of it. Styles, that is where you can do like the text boxes that pop up whenever we click on comments and stuff, or actual text boxes. And you do have like different themes that you can do, and you can even do that, which I kind of like. Oh no, it went away. Oh well. Whenever you play around with themes, it does kind of get rid of the background and everything that you put on there. So for right now, we're going to do this one because it's neat and it's pretty and I like it. I should have used it during Halloween, but I didn't think of it. This right here is all your banners and your tickers. So a lot like Streamyard, you have your banners that you can put up. If you choose a theme, it goes with the theme colors. If you have your own background and theme setup, then it will do that. Same with the tickers. And if you want them to go away, you just click on it again and it will hide it. Now here is where you can play the videos like my intro. You can set your intro to automatically play whenever you go and hit record down here or go live, and it automatically does it, and it automatically mutes you as well. Same with the outro. You can automatically set the outro and it will play whenever you say stop recording or whenever you click on end stream. You do have virtual backgrounds that you can use too. And of course you have your settings. This is where you do like your output and all that good stuff, where you can change your name and you can upload a new avatar, and yeah, all the clickies. And this is where you can do your apps. You have your widgets that you can go to, you have your CloudBot, and you have your social media. And that's about it. This right here switches it to blinding white. I like the dark mode. Pretty much an overview of the different streaming services if you want to use them. Again, it's just, I like using Streamlabs for now, just because it is easy to use once you go to the Talk Studio part. If you want to use the desktop, it is a little bit of a learning curve, but you can learn it, especially if you've used OBS before. If you've used OBS before, it's a breeze. I, for one, haven't used OBS before, so it takes me a little while to get used to the desktop version, where you have all the fancy widgets, all the fancy things that you can do with alerts and all that good stuff. Now, with the Talk Studio, you do have alerts that pop up as well. As long as you have them set in the desktop version, they still pop up in Talk Studio. You can also set them up in the dashboard at Streamlabs, and I can show you that. Okay, here we go. So whenever you sign into Streamlabs, if you're not signing into the desktop version, if you're signing into the website, this right here is what pops up. This is how you can go to the desktop if you don't have it downloaded yet. Video editor, Talk Studio, cross clip, podcast editor, console, again, where you can customize your Xbox live stream, link space, where you can do your link in bio tool, and your stream widgets. Your stream widgets are where you're going to do your alerts and stuff like that, or different things. Over here is, again, your main menu. So you have your dashboard, you have recent events where you can view the live events of your streams. You can view your streams and all that good stuff. You do have analytics as well. Here is the notifications for the alert box that you can set. Right now it's just kind of this that I have. You can do follows, subscriptions, bits, raids, charity donations, and on YouTube you can do subscribers and super chats. So you have different things that you can do for the different services that you use: Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. So Facebook, you have follows, and then you also have tips, CloudBot redemption, and merch buying. You can go back to dashboard. Takes a little while, but you have the chat box, CloudBot, you have themes and overlays right here. So when I said that there's a lot of themes, there's something for everybody. Just be wary that if you have a alert box set, sometimes you have to play around with it in order to get it to move to the new theme. Other times, if you want to grab an alert box from another theme and put it in there, it's a little bit of playing around, but it's doable. Go back to dashboard. But yeah, this is all the customization stuff that you can do. You have the panel maker for the desktop version, where you can set up how you want your stream to look, how you want your screen to look. That's showing to your audience, all the widgets. Yeah, everything. And that is an overview of Streamlabs as well. Like I said, I hated Streamlabs at first. I really did. And that was mainly because I was using the desktop version. It's a learning curve, and I get annoyed with technology easily. As long as you give yourself a little grace and you know that you're learning a new thing and you have awesome audiences like I have here and on Twitch, then let yourself play around with it a little bit and let yourself make mistakes. Anyway, I hope this has helped some of you make a decision if you're moving from Streamyard into something that is a little bit more easy on the pocketbook. Here you go. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. I will try to answer them as best as I can, or at least give you a link to a tutorial video or somebody who is way smarter than I am going over stuff like this. Thank you for watching. As always, be kind to one another out there. Be kind to yourself. Keep writing. Keep being creative. Keep reading. and I will see you next time.